and welcome to episode 3 of the You Get Me podcast. This is Pompey, and today I'm here with Javier. You want to give away your last name?
No.
You're just Javier. We call him Javi. He's one of the local homies. He's a dude that has been through some fucked up shit, man. Life has not been good to this guy, but he still finds a way to be happy in the midst of all this chaos. And he's here to talk about his, the things he's been through, the things that he's struggled with, personal issues that he's gotten through. And it's meant more of just to help people that are going through similar situations or that may be having similar times just with, this bullshit that we all call life, the broken down system that we have grown accustomed to from the day of our births. So introduce yourself, man.
My name's Javier. Call me Javi. Don't really do much except work.
I'm going to start off with very simple questions. Where are you from?
I am originally from Illinois, Chicago.
How long did you grow up there for?
For about 10 or 11 years, and then I moved down to California.
What was the reasoning behind the move?
Just trying to get away from things.
It's just too hectic over there?
Too hectic. Trying to find a better place.
For those of you unaware, Chicago is the murder capital of the United States. So heavy shit goes down there all the fucking time. So I don't blame you for getting out of there. But LA is not that great either, so I don't know what the fuck you chose here for. But
I feel like it's better than Illinois,
it
though.
honestly is, but people still get murked in the streets all the fucking time. So
Yeah.
it's like, hey, I guess you just gotta live with that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it got worse over the years, though. Like, when I first moved over here, or maybe because we were so young, like, we didn't realize how fucked up the world really was.
Hey, we're naive as fuck, dude.
Yeah, so now that we grew older, we
shit.
realize how fucking, like, bad shit is all the time.
Everyone is just out to fuck you over.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone. There's a lot of good people out there. And I do look for those people, but at the same time, it's like, dude, people be scumbags.
I feel like at a certain point, you just realize it and you just can't get away from, like, the bad shit that really happens.
That's terrible. That's real shitty.
Yeah, but that's some true shit.
That's fine. I don't even know what to say to that. That's too true right now. You're being too real right now, dude.
You gotta be the realest, man.
Honestly. But, fuck. That's a very sad outlook to have. Fuck all the killers, rapists, fuck all of you people that continue to do that. Who are you?
Expose yourself.
Expose all yourselves, dude. Before the reign of terror rolls up on you.
It's how a lot of them don't get caught, too.
You know what's even more fucked up than the ones that don't get caught? People that get wrongfully imprisoned for some shit they didn't do.
Yeah, and that happens a lot.
You know how many people are locked up right now for shit they didn't do in the United States?
Yeah, and for life and shit. Or, like, they get the death penalty and shit.
People have died because of that.
Yeah, that's some sad shit.
This is some sad shit. Wild, wild west, dude.
The wild, wild
We're in
west.
2017, but we're still primitive. We're all fucking barbaric.
To a certain extent, though.
Yeah, to a certain degree.
I feel like there's just some people that have had too much shit happen in their life that it just fucks them up.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna get deep, man.
All right, let's get deep, man.
When did you discover cocaine?
It was actually probably like the first or second year I moved here. I met some dude. I'm not gonna call him by his name because I don't want to burn him out,
No incrimination here.
Yeah, so I met this guy.
No snitch.
I met this guy. Well, first I moved here. I went to elementary for the last year. I think it's 4th grade, right?
For elementary?
Yeah.
I think it's 5th.
Yeah.
It might have been 4th for your school.
Yeah.
It's kind of different.
Yeah, I think it was 4th grade. I was only there for like a couple months. Then summer came around. Then I had to go to middle school. And you know how middle school's fucking terrifying?
Yeah.
Because it's a new
transition period.
Yeah, it's a big transition period. So I was just like, you know what? This shit's gonna be fucking bad. Like, I'm already the new person here. Like, I don't know anyone, so I'm dedicated to make a fucking friend.
Yeah.
So
just get along with who you can.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna try to like have a group so I'm not a fucking loner or whatever.
And then you met cokeheads?
No. No, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
So I met this dude, and I was like, man, this guy seems cool. He fucking hated me at first, I think, because I stole his pen or some shit.
Oh.
But then after I met him, some other guy. The other guy's kind of not important, honestly, because he ended up just like...
He's like a side character and stuff.
Yeah, and he just kind of left.
What he's up to nowadays.
I think he has a job. He's
Subway,
like
dude.
all No, I think he's doing pretty good, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Shouts out to
Because
you,
I saw a
dude.
picture of him, and he's like all tattooed now, and he's like... He has a nice car and shit. I'm just like, man, that's what's up.
He's
but-
living that life, though.
He's living that life. So...
Much respect to you, dude. And I'm saying that from the heart. I'm not even trying to bullshit you.
So... I met this dude. I kind of like forced myself into him. Like, kind of like, I want to be your friend. Like, bitch, you're going to be my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever, we started hanging out. A couple months passed. And then he was like, dude, we should go to my house or whatever. We started hanging out at his house. I think like I met his brothers, and this is where like the story kind of like it really goes down. Cause I ended up meeting his brothers. His brother was kind of like, he liked to party and shit.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever got like, cause you know when you're younger you don't know what getting fucked up is.
Yeah, you don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, so he was like, let's get fucked up, and we were both like, I'm down, but he wouldn't let his brother do it because it's his brother, obviously.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm down to.
Responsibility.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm down to get you fucked up or whatever. And I was all like,
fucked up, but not my brother, man.
yeah, but he was kind of letting him, like, he was like, if you want you could drink or whatever, but he thought it was a test.
Yeah.
So he was all, yeah, so he's all like, nah, you're fucking testing me, like, I'm not gonna drink with you. What the fuck are you gonna tell my mom?
That's heavy, dude. I don't like people like that.
Yeah, so he was like, well, let's go over to, we kind of talked about it, and then after he was like, well, come over like next week or something and we'll like get fucked up. Yeah. So we were like, all right, so that whole week we are like anticipating like, oh shit, we're gonna get fucked up, like let's tell everyone. Let's get lit. So we went to his house. The week rolled by. It turned the weekend, and then he was like, all right, let's go to my house. We went to his house. Mm-hmm. We chilled like the whole day until the night, and then that's when his brother came home because, you know, from school, and like he was older than us already, so he was out with his friends. And then he was all like, and he had to come up on the bottle because he wasn't even like 21 yet.
I thought this was a Coke story.
Yeah, it is. That's why it rolls up to it.
So there's alcohol, Coke. So you have all the ingredients for a perfect disaster.
Yeah, so we thought getting fucked up was like maybe just drunk or something, but we kind of didn't figure. And then so whatever, we went to his house, chilled all day, and then his brother came home, like sneakily ran up into the room because, you know, they didn't want to. Nah, he wasn't fucked up. So he didn't want to get caught, so he ran upstairs into the room because they shared rooms.
How old was he?
He was probably like 17.
And you guys were how old?
Or 16, and we were like fucking 11 or
Damn,
12 or some shit. Yeah.
Watch your fucking kids, America.
And then, well, it's not exactly that age. I don't know exactly how old he was.
I'm just saying.
And then, so he gets home, and then he's like, all right, you guys ready? And we were like, yeah, we're down or whatever. And out of his fucking jacket or backpack or whatever he brings it from, he pulls out a bottle of like vodka.
Yeah.
And a fucking bag of Coke, like a little sack of Coke, and he was all like, all right, let's do this shit.
Did you guys even expect the Coke?
No, because I mean,
so were you mind fucked when you had seen it?
No, not because we didn't know really what Coke was.
Really?
Like we didn't know. Well, I didn't know like, oh shit, Coke, like, we're gonna get lit instead of fucking faded or whatever. So we thought
you
it was.
You never knew anything about cocaine?
No, I didn't. So we were kind of like.
That actually comes pretty. I'm pretty surprised by that.
Yeah, so it was kind of just like that was our idea of getting fucked up. Like a fucking big ass bottle of fucking Grey Goose of vodka and a fucking little sack of Coke. So we were like, fuck it. So we got fucked up. We drank really heavy.
Yeah.
We drank the bottle. We did a bunch of Coke, and then the whole night I thought I was pissing myself, but I guess I was just tripping or whatever.
You were just on Coke.
Yeah, and I was just running back and forth into the restroom, and I was just like, oh, I have to pee, but I couldn't pee, so I was like, man, maybe I don't have to pee, and I was just laying there.
Alright, let me ask you another question. Alright, as somebody who's never done Coke before, I'm curious to be honest with you, but I don't think I'd ever do it, since I'm kind of a pussy.
Yeah.
Can you describe like the Coke high? Like, how do you feel?
The Coke high.
Do your best to describe it. Like,
it's kind of, it's a weird thing. It's like.
Do you feel super jittery? Like you just like you can't handle yourself?
Yeah, well, not you could handle yourself because I mean I feel like when people are on Coke, like they're good at hiding it to a certain extent, unless they're like super fucking strung out on that shit and they're just like, you know, bugging out. But I feel like the initial high of it is just like it's kind of a fucked up kind of way of explaining it though.
I heard the come down is shitty.
Yeah, the come down is shitty. I feel like it's kind of like you're hyper with the symptoms of an anxiety attack.
So why would anyone do that?
Because you know the symptoms of an anxiety attack where you kind of get jittery, your palms start sweaty, your heart beats fast, your palms get sweaty, your knees weak. No, just kidding. No, you know how you get your palms get sweaty, heart fast, and all that shit.
What do you think keeps a person like wanting to get back to that though?
I feel like it's just such a like nice feeling because when you're on it, you know.
Honestly, it doesn't sound nice though.
It's just no, it's not. That's not how, like you just feel. It's like your body does that, but your mind tells you something else.
Legit, this is just premeditative judgment I'm throwing you, right? I've never tried it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can't speak from like personal experience with that. So
yeah, no, I get you. No, it's like your body does one thing, but like your body gets the anxiety symptoms, but you feel great. Like it's like it's such a weird way of explaining it, but it's like.
It's like yin and yang.
You just feel great, but your body, I guess your body doesn't feel great, but your mind doesn't even feel your body. Like you're just like, it feels so great.
Do you feel out of body? Like,
No, you don't feel out of body. Like, you want to do something. Like, you could feel yourself getting tired, but it takes a little longer for you to get tired because, you know?
Dude, like, the way you're describing it, it doesn't sound like... I would never be like, all right, now I'm curious.
Yeah, it doesn't sound appealing, does it?
It sounds shitty.
Yeah, it is a pretty shitty drug because, I mean, you know, you always tell yourself, like, I'm not going to get hooked on drugs. I'm not going to fucking, like, be one of those statistics.
Yeah.
But once you start doing drugs, you turn into a statistic. I mean, unless you have the capability of getting away from that as soon as possible.
I think it's like persons, once you realize you're fucking up on this, whether it be a drug or whether it just be habits that you formed over time or whatever.
Yeah.
Once you have the capability to recognize your fuck up, you can start fixing it. And be like, all right, I'm going to turn this shit around. I'm going to get off whatever this is and do that thing.
Yeah, and for most people, that's a really, like, you have to really be deep in there to fucking, like, you know?
You got to be you. You gotta be true to you.
Like you have some once you want to get out of it, it's kind of hard to unless something really bad happens to you, or unless you're just strong enough, like
a traumatic event.
Yeah, or unless you're like mentally strong enough to fucking get out of it.
What pushed you for it? Like, what made you decide to quit fucking with coke?
I think, well, it wasn't just coke, because I mean, when I was doing coke, I was still drinking, I was fucking blazing it still, I was doing everything basically, and I kind of just all stopped all at once immediately.
What was what made you do? Was it the whole kidney thing or whatever you had?
Yeah, when I got sick.
Yeah.
Because I guess it got to a point where I was doing it so much and I had to go to the hospital or whatever. I got really sick. And then I was already thinking about, like, stop doing drugs because of the whole, like, you know, it's obviously going to affect your family. Like, your mom is going to trip. She's going to fucking be sad or whatever. So there was a time period where my mom was realizing, like, this was getting too fucked up. Like, there's something wrong here. Like,
did you ever talk to her about it?
She talked to me about it. Like, she sat me down and she was just like, you know what, dude? Like,
knew?
Yeah, she knew from, like, she knew I drank. But she always thought that I was capable of handling what I was doing.
Yeah,
but
she
then
never knew about the coke.
I don't think she ever found out about that, because I never let it get to that. 'Cause I think she always just thought I was kind of drunk.
You know who Joey Diaz is?
I have no idea.
He's a comedian who grew up in New York City. He has stories that are like very similar to what you're saying now.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, in his like, I like to call him hood days just because it sounds funny.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he would just walk around the street just coke the fuck out, and how he would have a job, like a regular everyday job on the weekdays. But then he was like, on the weekends he would just become a different person and get fucked up on coke like all the time. And I was to see it's kind of like fucking Mr. Jekyll and Hyde or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
One person during the day, another during the night. Like, and that's weird. That side of like heavy drugs or deep alcoholism, like I've never experienced that shit personally. So it fucking trips me out sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
To see people just get all fucked up on a substance that I don't really know much about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's kind of good that people don't really, like... it's good that people are afraid of it. Because when you're afraid of something, you're obviously going to stay away from it, right?
Yeah, well, that shit can kill you, though, man.
Yeah, that's why.
Heavily,
But I mean, look how many people have done it too. Like, the fear wasn't enough to fucking scare them away from it.
What if they... I don't know, I asked you the question already, but like, somebody getting pushed to that, like, do coke, man, let's make this a thing, let's become cokeheads.
I feel like it's not really a thing that you're pushed into. It's more of the people you surround yourself around. Like, where maybe you're, like, drinking and, like, you're kind of... When you're fucked up, when you're drunk, you're kind of not in a, like, good state of mind where you're, like, making good decisions, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like you're not even really peer pressure, more just talked into, where you're just like, well they could be just like, come on, dude, like, let's just do some coke or whatever, or not even that, just be like, you want to do something?
With, like, naivety, like just not really being ignorant to what it is.
Not really ignorant, because I mean, even people, I feel like most people that are like junkies or like crackheads and shit, they already knew what the drug is capable of, and they still decided to go for it because they thought they could handle themselves. But once they were in the like process
honestly,
of that shit,
I'm not a coke fan, but
Yeah.
there is functioning fucking coke. There's like business moguls like go to clubs and do fucking. They still maintain their business somehow.
yeah.
And that I'm like, I don't even.
But see, I think it's kind of weird when it comes to like rich people, like the higher class that are fucking doing that shit, because if they got to the point where they're already at and they're still doing coke, it's because
like the pure uncut Colombian.
Yeah, but I think it's because they already... I know it sounds kind of fucked up to play, like, the higher class with, like, the fucking shit class that we are. But
everyday people.
If they did it to do, like... when they got to the point of their jobs and their careers is because they had an education. They have... what's that shit called?
A career?
No, they have a career. They have education. They have...
like a degree?
No, that shit your parents teach you.
Inherent?
like they just know what the fuck to do. Like they could control themselves. They have manners. They have all that shit. So they know they're more capable of controlling their shit because they know they're doing it just because of their business, like just to stay on their feet and shit. But I feel like even them, it could get out of hand, obviously, you know. But maybe it just helps them.
I've honestly never talked to anybody about this shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're kind of tripping me out a little.
Yeah.
Just hear all these different perspectives.
Yeah, but and since they're like, I mean, it could go either way. I mean, there's obviously been fools that are super rich and they get into drugs and kill themselves or whatever. Like money's not good enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, it goes harder with like I think the shit class because you work harder, you get little fucking amount of money. There's obviously more drugs around you, and you're doing it in a more of a criminal kind of way.
Can I ask you a question? But still, it's kind of talking about coke, but like a little bit outside of that realm.
Yeah.
How was your lifestyle like amidst all that? Like when you were doing coke, when you were on the heavy shit, when you were drinking whatever, what were you doing to pass time? Like what was fun for you?
When I was on drugs?
Not even just during the time of you being not on it, but just when you were sober, like during those days.
Like when it started or when I got really heavily
like,
into it?
How was your lifestyle? Were you going to gigs a lot? Like what was your thing?
Yeah, my lifestyle was well, cause it got pretty heavy when I was chilling. I was always drinking, but I could always handle my shit. Well, to me, obviously not to other people because my mom.
You honestly, you have a pretty good tolerance for alcohol.
Yeah, I had a pretty good tolerance, but I mean, it was the fact that the amount that I would drink.
You just get fucked up.
Just get like
honestly,
belligerent, drunk.
For the most part, you legit could handle yourself, but you pissed in my house. You peed on me.
Yeah, see that's kind of when things started going like a little like downhill when I started.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I would drink.
You rebounded so well. Like after that, like when you even hit those low points, you came back from that like this hobby, and you never lost you.
Yeah, because then I mean, yeah, because after the first time that I did drugs or whatever, that I did coke or whatever, I didn't do coke. I didn't do really any drugs for the long period of time, and then it was until I was like 18, probably through 18, and like 20 now, where I got really heavy into it. Like that's when like life started going downhill. Cause I think it was just the whole pressure of like high school, how we got kicked out. Then we had to we were like, fuck, we have to graduate. Yeah. And then it was just that pressure. And then I graduated and then I got sent to Illinois and I had to spend a month there, but I couldn't make it. Cause I was just like, that's how I knew life was getting pretty downhill when I couldn't even handle myself away from drugs for a month to the point where I had to leave.
You were like itching for that shit? Like, did you feel like you needed it?
It wasn't more of an itching like that I needed drugs. It was just more of an itching that I want to be out with my friends doing hood rat shit instead of just fucking hanging out with my family and, you know, doing good like family things.
Yeah.
So.
You come from a house with a single like mother. That's your family. Like.
Yeah, but it was my mom stayed here. I went over there by myself with like the rest of my family. So
I thought you were talking about OG.
Nah, so I think it was just kind of sad, and how I kind of realized it was going downhill when I got sent over there. I couldn't handle myself for a month, so
Did you choose to go over there, or was your mom telling you like this will be good for you, or?
No, she was just like, it was kind of supposed to be like a graduation present, like go on vacation for a little bit and like have fun or whatever.
Did you like it though? Like were you enjoying your time there?
Yeah, that's why it was a bad point. It was just like. It was bad because as soon as I got there, like the third or second day, like I was already like fucking, damn, I need to go out, I need to do drugs, I need to have fun or whatever. So I was just itching for like something to do, to the point where I couldn't even last a month, and I made them get me a plane ticket 2 weeks into it and come back over here just to get stupid fucked up. And those were
the shit days.
Yeah, and that's when I got heavy into drugs again, and like shit just started going downhill.
I remember me, Jose, Guerra, and maybe Peter, I don't remember, but we went to Target once, like at fucking midnight. We were just doing hood rat shit, just in the streets. Mm-hmm. And you were on a bike or something. Mm-hmm. And then were you with me at the time, or you were alone?
Nah, I went with some other people.
Oh, and then yeah, he told us like, oh, I'm on coke, and I was like, really? And he didn't seem all that different. Like it was just Javi to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Are you really on coke?" Like you kind of threw me out. Just I was like, "What the fuck?" I thought you were off that shit. Like I had thought you were done with that point of your life.
Yeah.
And seeing that it disappointed me a little bit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's Javi, man. Like he's doing him. He's gonna eventually get out of this shit. Like I know your will, and I know you're a strong person. So I had faith in you that you could. Look at you now, man. You're working. Like you're doing fucking great shit. And I don't mean to like suck your dick right now.
Yeah. No, but I feel like it took a really like kind of how we were talking about like it has to be a turning point for drug addicts to actually like something serious for them to get out of. Because for me, the turning point was when I was doing drugs. I got super into it when I came back from Illinois. Like shit got fucking deep as fuck, and then I ended up getting sick or whatever. And then after I got sick, like I was in bed for like 2 months straight, just fucking ill as shit. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do anything by myself. I couldn't feed myself. So it got to a really bad point, and that's kind of where I was just like, you know what?
What do you mean like you couldn't? Like you literally couldn't move?
No, like yeah, like I physically couldn't get out of bed.
And what was it? What was actually wrong with you? Like what was your actual like diagnosed illness?
It was just my immune system, like yeah, like I wasn't eating enough. The doctors told me that I had more fucking like drugs in me and like liquor than fucking food and water. So
you were just fucking up your balance.
Yeah, like my balance, my fucking whole body was just fucking up. Like I basically had to regenerate myself into a healthier person.
How are you feeling nowadays? Like,
now I'm feeling great. Like ever since that happened, like I mean,
do you feel like you're back to that old like good state of you, or do you still feel like you've been gimped? Like you feel like you're like still missing a little?
Yeah, I feel like once I got out of it or whatever, I kind of got it together. Like I feel like I got my life together, but not fully. I feel like I can't really enjoy the things I used to the way I wanted to, or the way I want to.
Do you miss alcohol? Because I know you were like a pretty avid.
I feel like it's with everything though. I feel like you're obviously gonna miss the times where you were like that because you know you were fucked up all the times.
Can you drink? Like you so chose to?
I could drink. I mean, there's I'm not like super fucked up to the point where like if I drink I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Like I could go back to my old ways and probably like fucking not die. But I mean I choose not to because of the shit that went down like so heavy, and like the way like seeing how my mom was seeing me in bed like sick, not being able to do anything.
It's like one of the worst feelings.
Yeah, and I think it was just like also the thing that made it even worse during that time was the fact that we were barely getting out of high school, and it was kind of like a point in our lives where we were just like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, we're out of high school. Like, are we gonna go to college for 4 years and like not really know what we're still gonna do for those 4 years, or are we gonna
like way up in the air?
Or yeah, are we gonna fucking go to a dead end job and like fucking be miserable forever? Like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Did you ever try college at all?
I tried applying, but once like I just thought it was just too much. Yeah, at that point I felt like it was just too much to handle, so I was just like, you know what? Like I'm in a point in my life where like I got fucked up, I got better. Now this is the time where I have to really fucking think about what I want to do, because if I don't figure out what I'm going to do right now, I know I'm going to go back to my old ways. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. That's the last thing I want to do.
But that's so fucking powerful. You have the capability to do that. Like, that's so powerful. Like, a lot of people, just the fact that you can say that and have that idea,
yeah,
have that fluid thought, a lot of fucking people can't even acknowledge that. They're going to say, I'm doing better, I'm doing this and that. Maybe I'll go back to, like, it's not even, the fact that you recognize that internal, like, structure that you have, it's fucking, I don't want to sound like a homo or anything, but that's fucking gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have your life state pretty content right now. Like, you're pretty figured out as far as things go now.
Yeah.
I don't know what your future holds in store for you. Maybe there's some lessons to be learned there.
Yeah.
But it's like you're doing so much. Like you're doing so much better than what I've seen you before.
Yeah.
But I did see you at some real fucked up points, man. And I just never wanted to talk to you about it because I didn't want to bring up like the shitty. I didn't want to bring you back to that.
Yeah.
I'd rather just avoid it.
Yeah, and I kind of understand like that you guys didn't want to talk to me about it because I'm pretty sure like not just you but like our other friends saw how fucking like real shit was getting with me. Yeah. But like I could see your guys' point where like you guys feel like, oh, we shouldn't tell him anything because he'll probably could do it on his own. But I kind of do in a way wish that you guys would have like probably sat me down and been like, look, dude, you need to fucking calm the fuck down. Like, you're getting way too out of hand. Like, you need to stop doing drugs. Like, that would have kind of been a good thing. But also I think about it as if you guys would have told me that at the time, because I don't have the same mindset that I do right now that I did back then. So I feel like my ideas would have been different. Like, if you guys would have sat me down and talked to me about it, I would have probably gotten upset and been like, man, fuck you guys. Like, I could handle myself, you know?
That's my number one fear. I didn't want to lose a homie. Like,
yeah.
Just on some petty ass shit.
So I feel like, and I feel like it's not just with me, but with everyone that does drugs, I feel like you can't get out of drugs unless you want to. Like, you're not going to do anything you don't want to do unless you want to.
Any extracurricular shit? Like, did you ever go to, like, one of those fucking counselor meetings or anything like that?
Like, for what?
For just drug use or alcohol abuse, whatever.
Well, yeah, I took
therapy.
Yeah, cause when I had to take therapy. I did fucking Yeah, I just took therapy for I think 2 years or something.
Well, what is the major, like, why did you get called, like, why did they not force you, but how did you get that recommendation? Like, oh, how you should go to therapy?
Well, because during a period of, I think 13 and 17 maybe, was a period of, where I don't know if it's with all teenagers that it happens to, but with mine, I guess it got kind of serious, where it was, an anxiety and, depression kind of shit. And it was just, a pretty heavy depression to the point where my mom saw it, and she was just, sat me down, and she was like, honestly, I think this would be good for you, I don't want you to get sick. Just give it a try. Give it a shot. Just if you don't like it, you could fucking leave it. But just give it a go for me.
That's a good fucking mom.
So yeah, so I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. So I did it, and I guess they realized that, as soon as we started, they ask you the obvious questions like, oh, how are you? How was your day? What do you have in mind? What do you want to talk about? And they kind of heard me talking, and they realized it wasn't more of a. Well, they knew it was a depression, anxiety kind of thing, but they kind of saw what was causing it, which was really the fucking alcohol. My drug abuse was kind of causing my depression and anxiety and all that.
Do you give the alcohol that much credence? You really think that was made your life kind of go shitty? It was 100% the alcohol?
No, I don't blame the alcohol, because I mean the alcohol is just something that's there. If you have anxiety or depression, some people cope with it different. Some people are just strong enough to be I'm still not gonna do drugs. But I feel like there's a difference with that, though, because the people that are like that, they'll probably end up turning to doctors and fucking taking medicine. Yeah. Which could be just as bad, it just fucks you up.
There's a lot of negative shit to the health therapeutic thing. There's a lot of people, wrongly prescribe kids ADHD medicine, and fucking, they get these kids strung out on opioids that they don't really need to be on just because he's a little hyper. And it's,
yes.
The way things be nowadays with the whole, pharmaceutical companies and prescribing kids medicine, it's real fucked up. And I think a lot of people don't really understand that. No one does their research on the proper form of medicating kids. You're building the future with these kids, and you're gonna build a real shitty future if they're all fucking strung out.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought it was a two-way kind of street. It was either I'm gonna continue with this therapy thing, and things are gonna get I'm gonna get deep into this, and then they're gonna probably prescribe me drugs and shit, and I'm gonna be stupid, all slumped on drugs. Or I could do this on my own, which kind of I've always had a mindset where I want to do things on my own.
Can I tell you something? Sure. And I don't want you to get offended by this.
Nah,
but
yeah.
When I first met you, you weren't the friendliest of people, man.
Yeah.
Legit, even just saying hi to you, oh, what's up, man? I'm Pompeii, whatever. You just didn't even give me the time of day for shit. You were just whatever, I don't give a fuck. And I was alright. In a way, I kind of admired that, because I was slightly like that, but
yeah.
I don't know, I'm pretty friendly as it is. And I don't know back in the day what your deal was, but I mean, we became friends somehow, so.
I think that was more of the thing that, because I've met, I guess.
So many stories where people robbed you and people would fucking hit you, so I could legit understand why you were kind of that person.
Yeah.
The sense of kind of a little jaded.
Yeah.
But. I don't know.
I kind of don't feel like it was more of a jaded thing when it comes to that. I feel like it was more of a disappointment because in the past, before I was kind of like that, I was just try to accept everyone and try to be friends with everyone and anyone that I could. Yeah. And then people would just fuck me over. So I started realizing you can't.
Put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Can I get an example of that? What do you mean people fuck you over?
Okay, so one good example that I could remember off the top of my head. So I met this dude. I'm not gonna name his name, obviously, but I met this dude. We became good friends. With some other guy too. It was three homies. We all hung out all the time. And then one day, because I was open to him, I was like, I know I kind of don't like this fool. I didn't like him because I had a class with him. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking, I'm going to give it a try. I'm not going to fucking be a hater-ass fool. So we became friends. I invited him to my pad. And, when you're at someone's pad, it's kind of like a trusting. You have to be respectful. It's your house. It's the place where you live. It's the most important place you're going to be bringing someone.
If somebody disrespects your pad.
And it's not, it's going to seem kind of like a dumb thing, but to me, it's never either, it's not if you do something, whether it's a big thing or a small thing, it's just the fact that you did something, no matter what it is. It's not.
To disrespect someone's pad?
Yeah. So I brought this fool over, we were hanging out, and he stole something from my house. That it was obvious that he stole it, because he was the only one there. I left it literally in the middle of the room, and he took it. And it's not the fact that...
Was it money or
It wasn't money. It was just a little object. I can't remember what it was, but he stole something. And from that point, I guess like it's happened so many times before that to that point I was just like, you know what, this might be like a little small thing. It might not even matter that like what it is. Like I don't really need it, but it's just the fact that you stole from me, whether it was a large thing or a really tiny thing. The fact is you stole from me, bottom line, right?
So it's just like.
So after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop being nice to people. Like this shit's happened way too much. Like I'm just gonna be an asshole, and if you still want to try to be my friend, then we'll fucking be friends.
That's pretty deep. Like to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
and it makes you come off as a fucking dirtbag, right? But I'd rather come off as a scumbag and then turn out to be really good friends with the person because they tried and gave the effort, and then once I see that they put in the effort, that they saw I was a dickhead and they still wanted to be my friends, I'll reciprocate and do the same thing, and I'll like try to be good friends with them. Kind of how it came out with you.
Yeah.
Like I was an asshole with you, you still try to be my friend, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be friends with this fool.
It's because you were kind of mean, but you never pushed me to like to any edge where I was just like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
And nobody's really ever, you know, the one person in my entire life that kind of pushed me that way.
Yeah.
Is actually a mutual friend of ours named Ivan.
Oh yeah.
Like, when we were in high school, we went to MHS together, and he threw me into a bush for no fucking reason. I had just gotten off the bus, and he just pushed me inside a bush. And I was like, dude, what the fuck?
See, I wasn't
I didn't do anything to you.
Yeah,
What
see,
was that for?
I wasn't a dickhead like that. I was just like, I wouldn't push people.
Yeah.
I would just not be friends with them unless I saw that they were good people to be friends with.
That's a little bit pessimistic. It's kind of like assuming the worst in people, which is
Yeah.
whatever. It's like a unique outlook to have.
Yeah.
I don't really see it in you. I kind of do, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, but I don't know, dude. It's because I try and see the good things inside everybody, even the most scumbag of people. Like,
Yeah.
I try and find the nice things about the person so we can have something to talk about. We don't have to be fucking fighting with each other.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about people in general, like everybody.
yeah, I get you. But no, like, but it kind of worked out though because the way I was, because the people that I met when I was younger, I'm not even friends with them anymore. Like some of them are like my enemies. Because
You
like
wanna blast the names?
I don't want to blast them. I don't want to burn people out.
Okay.
But I was good for like with the people that I first met, and I was like try to be super cool with, and then we were cool. Now we're not like, some of them we're not even like haters or anything towards each other. We're just kind of like not good friends how we used to be. And there's other friends that I had that like we're like basically like we hate each other. I mean, I don't hate them, but they hate me.
That sucks.
And the people that I like judge that, well, not judge, but like people that I
Is there
kind of.
anybody that you consider like you hate this person currently? Or are you just super like inhibition free? You don't really.
Yeah, there are some people that I've hate. Like I legit do hate, and I know hate is a strong word, but I feel like I really do because of the fact that.
Emotions, dude. Like legit, there's some people that I kind of dislike. I would never use that word though. Like I said, Ivan before. I don't really.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge Ivan fan, but
Yeah,
I
but
don't fucking hate the dude. I would never wish anything like fucked up to happen to him.
I like Ivan. He's alright.
He can be alright. I don't know, man. You guys never saw him prior to bail. Like he was straight up asshole. Like
Yeah.
for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but I don't know. And then but the people that I ended up kind of like not pushing away, but kind of testing in a way.
Yeah.
Like now I'm really good friends with them because they actually turned out to be like the good, like they put in the effort to actually be my friends, and then
Not to sound like a dick or anything.
Yeah.
But you kind of sound like you're repeating yourself a lot. So I'm gonna change the subject.
Yeah, go
That's
for it.
fine. I don't know why. Is this gonna make you feel weird that we talk about your experience with the opposite sex, with females?
with females.
Yeah. Like,
Sure, ask me anything.
All right. What was you remember your first relationship?
I do remember my first
All
relationship.
right. Describe that. If you can.
Describe it or
Yeah,
explain it.
Explain it. What was it like? What was it like?
It was amazing. It was like you fucking, because it was kind of when I started middle school too.
Yeah.
Like I think it was my first or second year of middle school when I met this chick, and off some like mutual friends and stuff, and we just started talking, hanging out. We would kind of do everything together. I would end up going to her house and like secretly sneaking into her house because her mom hated me and shit.
Damn, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah. So, and then we would like fuck a lot. It was cool. I lost my virginity to my first real girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then we were still together for a while, on and off. Like obviously it's like middle school shit, but it was cool.
That's cool. We actually had a conversation with Gary and Jose about this.
Yeah.
About fucking in middle school. And I don't know why it was such an alien idea for me. Because when I was in middle school, I was with this girl named Stephanie. And we weren't together for very long. But I remember she wanted to fuck. She was like, why don't we start doing like more boyfriend-girlfriend things? And
Yeah.
I was so confused at the time. I was like, what the fuck do you mean by that? I was like, what is a boyfriend-girlfriend thing? She was like, well, sex? And I was like, alright. I can't. I just can't. My dick is so small. I can't do this. And
My
she
dick was
like,
small too, though. I used that shit like a
I
motherfucker.
probably should have, in full-hearted honesty, but I was so nervous about it that I was like, I'm not ready for this. And then she like was super upset with me. She was like, well, I'm done with you. I was like, alright.
Damn, she left you because you wouldn't give her the dick.
Dude, honestly, I was super nervous, but I still kind of am, to be real with you.
Nah,
but,
you gotta lose that shit.
Yeah.
Nah, it's kind of a good thing. It's kind of like a humble thing.
I guess. I don't know. For me personally, I've talked about it on the podcast before, where I kind of see the brain before anything else. Like, I want to nurture the mind and figure out who this person is before I delve into a relationship.
Yeah, like you have to have a more spiritual bond with the person.
Yeah, that's just me. Though. I don't want to sound like I'm some asshole or anything.
No, that doesn't sound like some asshole, because some asshole shit's like, oh, I just met you, like, you're just bummed, like, I want to fuck. I mean, it's happened before, I've done it, but, I mean, like, you know.
That's cool. I honestly don't have anything against those people.
It's kind of like a sad thing to do, too, though, because it's like some fucking shallow-ass shit to do.
To some extent.
But, I mean, I feel like even the people that are like that is like, well, not just speaking for myself, right? It's just like, even though they fucking, like, fuck around with bitches and stuff, I feel like they still crave that emotion.
If they want love and shit?
Yeah.
I don't mean to call out, like, people or anything, but Garrett's like that a lot. Like, Garrett's kind of a playboy.
That's not even calling him out. Everyone knows that shit. I feel like it's just that one person that fucks someone up, though. Because I feel like everyone's like that, has had that one person that's fucked them up.
Like a really strong bond with an ex or something?
Yeah, like a really strong bond when you're with someone and then they kind of just fuck you over. Yeah. So then it's sad that you let someone turn you into a bad person, but it kind of does.
Because you spend so much time with that person, your personality conforms to that of theirs.
Yeah, and like
it's
what
a two-way street. Like,
yeah,
I think it's very, very equal, and like they should both have to make sacrifices. Like a girl should give up a few things for her man. A man should give up a few things for his chick. I think it's just the way a relationship's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And this is coming from the guy that's only been with like 2 girls, dude. So.
Yeah, and a lot of no, that's a good idea to think of it though. Like I wish more people thought of it that way instead of fucking. Like, cause fucking people are deceiving as fuck, dude.
Like hella, dude.
Like stupid deceiving. Like, I mean, I've done it too. Like, I'm not gonna play the innocent one, you know. Like, I've done like the worst of the worst too. But like, I've gotten back what I've done too.
Karma.
Yeah, not really. I don't really believe in karma. I'm not really like that. No.
I believe in karma on like an existential level, where it's as long as if you produce negativity in this world, it will loop back to you somehow. Like you never.
Yeah. I get you.
Every action you do has a reaction to something, whether it be direct to you or indirect to you. It's like it's pretty much just karma system. It's the way I describe my own personal.
Yeah, but you know how some people describe karma as like a spiritual thing. Like if you do something, the world's gonna come back and get you.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not. Yeah, I feel like it's not like that. I feel like it's more of a. If you put something out there, it's not gonna leave someone's head, so it's gonna come back and fuck you one day.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of like that kind of thing, instead of a more spiritual thing.
That's pretty cool. That's a good outlook to have.
Yeah, like if you.
Kind of distinguish it just a little more simplified.
Yeah, and just more of a like person thing, like a mind thing instead of like a spiritual thing.
Yeah, I don't mean to get sad or anything.
All right.
But how did that first relationship end?
Oh man, that first relationship. I don't remember much. I know she kind of like. I think she like cheated on me or something, dude. Yeah, I feel like that was the like a bitter point where like my bitterness started with the But I feel like after that happened, like, cause we still stuck around with each other for a while. But then after I saw that happen, so I started doing bad shit too. I was just like started cheating on her too, and like. Yeah, like that was when it was full blown heavy, like middle school. Cause in high school it wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, it was like a fuckboy thing, but it wasn't like I'm fucking playing with your emotions right now. Like it was kind of like we're gonna fuck and you know it, and like I'm probably not gonna talk to you. We're just gonna be friends or something. It's not like I'm gonna fucking make you fall in love with me and then all this shit and then I'm gonna fuck you, and then dip.
I guess. That sounds really brutal for fucking middle school.
Yeah.
What are these kids doing, dude?
But you don't think about it like that in middle school, you know? For in middle school, it's just fun.
You're just like, you don't even know what the fuck's happening.
Yeah, you're just like, this is all brand new. Like, we're gonna.
For 8 hours a day, release at 3.
Yeah.
Watch cartoons. Middle school was so fucking fun.
Yeah, middle school was a fucking blast. That was the best times ever.
So she cheated on you.
Yeah.
That sounds really sad. How can you breeze over something? So, like, is it just because it's old and you don't really care anymore?
I mean, I care. It's not that I don't care about it. It's just that it's not in my mind, really.
Yeah.
Like, I have more important shit to worry about.
Because I don't know, man. That's betrayal. And I'm like, I'm not trying to...
Yeah, but 99% of the time, you're going to get betrayed by someone.
That's right.
Whether it's a relationship, family member, or friends.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Like, no matter what you do or who you associate yourself with, there's some point you're going to get betrayed.
Alright, that first relationship or whatever, you consider her, like, the most connected you've been to an individual as far as, like, sexual...
No. Because I had this... Well, I think it was junior or sophomore year that I was with this girl. and like that was the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
Like that was that love?
Like, yeah, I can tell you that was love. I probably, thinking about it right now, I probably didn't know it at the time. And it's kind and it's kind of like that fucking saying, they like that cliche shit, like you don't know what love is until you lose it, you know? And it's really true, because I feel like at that time, like, is it really love if you've played the person?
I don't know, man.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, now that I think about it now, after everything happened, and like now that she's gone, and like I can't talk to her, like, really, I have no, I mean, there is a possibility that I could contact her, but I know that I should stay away because of her best. And I feel like after everything that happened and everything I did to her, I feel like the best thing I could do for her is stay away and let her be happy.
That's sad as fuck. But you know what, man? If it works, it works. It man, the same.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I might still be, like, sad about it or, like, bummed out about it almost every day of my life since it happened. But,
did it really hit you that deep?
Yeah, it hit me that deep. Like, to this day, if I look back on it and think about everything that happened, it still bums me out. Like, it's still there. But I know that if I message her, like, try to get in contact with her, it's going to fuck her up so bad to the point where it might, like, you know, jeopardize certain things in her life.
You know how you were in love with her or whatever?
Yeah.
Do you feel a recompense of feelings? Like, did you feel the love vibe from her back? Like, didn't she care about you the same way you cared about her?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had someone... Well, I mean, obviously not like including family members and shit. Yeah. But I feel like I've never had...
Kind of love, though.
Yeah, I feel like I've never had a girl really care about me the way she really did.
That's deep.
So
what happened, though? Like, what made you guys...
Well, we got together, and I was still in that phase where I was like a fuckboy, and like, I'm not going to really take things serious. But, so I didn't take things serious with her a lot at the beginning, and then after I took it serious. I started taking it serious at the wrong time. Like, I was too late to take it serious. To the point where she was like, I can't even do this anymore because I can't trust you.
What was happening? Like, where did the break... Did you cheat on her, man?
Yeah, I cheated on her.
You fucked up.
Yeah, that's why.
That's when I questioned the love.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. That's why I think about it now, and I think about it as in, like, was I really in love? But I feel like if it's to the point where... I feel like she was a stepping stone, though. I feel like I feel like I had to be with her in order to realize things about myself. Like, that's how I feel. I know. Yeah, she was a learning curve. So I feel like after that happened, I learned so much about, like, relationships and shit.
Like the person there, I'm like, she still has a fucking life doing shit.
Yeah. So I feel like she being there, me fucking up, and like her going on about her life and me going about my life being sad and her kind of being happy, hopefully she is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a learning stone, like for the next time something like that comes around, which hopefully it does, I'll know better instead of falling into my own mistakes again.
That's very deep, man. But that's also really sad. That's a very... I don't even know how to react right now.
Yeah, it's a sad thing.
That's terrible, dude. So what was, like... How long was the relationship?
The relationship lasted about, I think, 2 years.
And that was your longest one?
It wasn't my longest one, but it was my most meaningful one. Like, it was the one where most things happened.
Yeah.
Like, so much happened that it was kind of a life-changing thing.
I feel you, man. I really do.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm fucking, I don't know what to ask you anymore. We talked about drugs, bitches. No offense, ladies.
Having cups of tea while we do this?
Alright, so you found, like, a passion in music. You really like the bass and stuff.
I did.
So where did the inspiration come from? That just growing up in, like, the punk scene in East LA?
Yeah, because, I mean, it was even before I moved to California where I listened to punk, but I didn't know what punk was. Like, I would just hear it off video games and think those songs were the shit.
Like fucking Tony Hawk.
Yeah, like Tony Hawk's Underground, all that shit. Yeah. So hearing those and then moving to California and then finding out there's a punk scene and then finding out these bands and then realizing, like, holy shit, I've been listening to these bands since I was younger. Like, I've known about these bands. I just didn't know this was punk.
How old were you at the time? Like, discovering it first? Or do you remember?
Like, when I actually found out about punk?
Yeah. Like, when did you
have
first
no idea.
get into it?
Because I had this... Oh, that same guy that did that gave me the Coke and the vodka?
Callback, right?
Yeah. He had a friend, and he was, like, the fucking most punk person I ever seen. Like, it was still when I didn't even know what punk was, so I looked at him, and you know he was in a studded vest and like half colored plaited jeans and
It's
like
like this most stereotypical image of what a punk would be. They have like a mohawk. And
yeah, he did have a mohawk. So I was just like, what the fuck? This dude looks kind of cool, you know? Like, that looks badass. Like, what the fuck's that all about?
Yeah.
And then that's kind of when I was kind of more introduced to it. Like, I was just like, oh, shit, this is what punk was. And then I started hanging out with punks. And then, like, it just kind of, like, all went down.
Like, there's so many different genres. There's, like, ska and there's punk.
Yeah, there's
rockabilly.
punk.
Like, there's so much different shit out there now.
Yeah.
Like, you find yourself connecting more with punk of all the genres that were out there at the time?
Yeah, I think at the time I did because I feel like when you're younger, and even, I mean, I guess till now, the ideals are kind of there. Like, they're endless. They're like...
Could you imagine life with no music? How fucking abysmal.
I mean, I could imagine it, but it'd be a fucking sad... it would be a shit thing.
Like, whoever music inventor you got, man.
Because do you know how, like, there's so much fucking, like, emotion and power towards music.
Yeah, people, especially, I don't know, like, I know people fucking hate country music, but...
Yeah, no, country music's cool.
Soul in country music. Like,
Yeah.
Sometimes I have the most emotional, fucking saddest songs. And I don't just like I want to be sad all the time, but it's like songs that cut the deepest, sometimes the country songs. Because people talk about the real struggle and the real issues they went through.
Yeah.
So, like, it's fucking gorgeous, dude.
Yeah, so, I mean...
They expressed themselves through an avenue that was, at one point, wasn't a fucking avenue. Like, we didn't know how to record sound at a certain level of being people. And then when we figured that out, like, we found a way to connect with others through literally just noise.
Yeah, and even music used to be frowned upon for certain people to play.
Give me an example.
Like, there's this artist, and he used to play. He was a black man. And, yeah, he was a black dude. And he would play music. And when he would play music, they would perform. And sometimes, like, cops and shit would give him shit because he was black and wouldn't let him play on stage. Like, they wouldn't even allow them inside the bars.
Is this, like, MLK days and shit? Or?
Yeah, like, kind of way back, yeah, like that. Yeah, and they wouldn't even be allowed to play. And it's kind of sad that some people were not allowed that kind of freedom. Because music is freedom.
You know the Rat Pack? Those 4 singers? The ones who, like, made their name in Vegas or whatever?
No, I have no idea what that is.
So people that listen don't know. But there were... Sammy Davis, he's like the only black member of the Rat Pack. There was a story that I read a while back where he was at some hotel in Vegas chilling with this with another famous black celebrity, and they had swam in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
And after they got out, the hotel drained the pool because they were like, there was niggers swimming in here, like we can't have that. So they fucking drained the pool for the white people to be all peaced again. And sorry for using the N-word, apologies. Just it's fucking what they said back in the day.
Yeah.
And I'm like. We're all fucking. They got skin and shit. Like, just pigmentation shouldn't be a huge deal anymore, especially nowadays. Like,
yeah,
just be sad. I got kind of on a tangent with that. I apologize.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's a good point.
It's like fucking people, man. Like, y'all have hearts and shit.
Yeah, like it's just a sad thing. Just because of the color of their skin, they weren't allowed to fucking play music at certain places or be even allowed to walk around certain places.
Dude, shouts out to Jazz, man. Y'all out there though.
So that shit, I mean, but going back, I mean, after I got really into punk, like, I kind of, like, dipped out of it because things started changing since I went there, but it probably wasn't that bad. It's just kind of, like, you go there, and then it's kind of all new to you, like, going to gigs, and, like, it's all fun and, like, brand new and exciting, and then you end up going for a certain amount of time and meeting new people, and then you kind of start seeing the drama and, like, beef and all, and, like, the scene.
That's so shitty.
Yeah, like, everything eventually goes to shit. So, I mean, I love punk and, like...
So we can't have nice things.
Yeah, I love the idea. I love the thought into it. I love everything about it. But the scene at this point has changed dramatically to what it could have been or what it is.
What do you think is the current state of the punk scene, at least in this area, the East LA?
I think it's kind of sad because...
You think that shit's dying?
Nah, it's not dying. I feel like punk will never die. I feel like it will always be here in some type of way.
You think it's shrinking, though? Like, the population of punks is just... abysmal right now, or
maybe because I mean we don't know what it was like back then when it started.
Yeah.
Because I know when it started back then it was huge. It was it was cool.
Yeah, the pioneers.
And maybe it shouldn't even have be. A lot of people think it shouldn't even have came to what it was. Like it should have just stayed a small thing.
Fucking G.G. Allen though.
Fucking G.G.
Throwing shit at the audience.
So I mean after I started hanging out with Emil.
Yeah.
And then after that is when I was introduced to like brand new music. And new things.
Emil is a friend of ours. I've talked about him before on the show. You guys may have heard the name before.
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Yeah.
So
close homies with Javi.
So he introduced me to like a bunch of brand new music. I learned a lot about music. I learned things going deeper into music, how feelings and fucking learning everything, and it just brought new things. The
music.
raw, like the core of music that I was kind of like taught, and it, like just being around him so much and like being around musicians all the time. I feel like it was kind of a late start to what I should have like started, like picking up an instrument and playing.
Cause I feel like that was your calling, at least in this life. Like music was the one thing that.
Well, I mean, music.
Got you out of the slumpiest slump that you were in.
Yeah, honestly, because when I was at my lowest point and doing like the worst shit ever, the only thing that would kind of make me feel better was music.
And that's what it is for most people too.
Yeah, like not even myself, like not even my own thoughts could bring me back up to what I wanted to do, except when I would play music and I would hear a certain song and it would bring me back and I could be like, oh shit, like I should get my shit together, like.
You were stuck on that pessimistic outlook.
Yeah.
If you couldn't see a real.
And I feel like I'm still kind of a pessimistic ass person, but.
To some extent,
but to a more realistic extent.
Right now, man.
Yeah.
Like this is great.
Yeah, like after everything that happened, like I got a job, I stopped drugs. I've been sober for about 6 months now. Nice. 6 months clean, got a job, and like now I'm paying rent. I'm doing everything I could to help.
You're a functioning member of society, and you got fucking side projects. You're doing a podcast right now. You're doing music on the side, like you.
Yeah.
Your shit's good right now, man.
Yeah, like shit's going pretty good. So
you're super hype.
This is the kind of.
I'm proud of you, dude.
Thank you, man.
Homie, like, so what's up? I like to see this.
Yeah, so this is the kind of motivation and things that I needed to do in order to feel kind of good.
That's really cool. I should jump back for a cool bit.
All right.
I don't mean to get you sad, but I want to bounce this idea off you.
Okay.
The whole cheating on your girl thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a certain aspect of that is primal as fuck. Like, it's not even like coherent thought at a certain point.
Yeah.
It's just human, like, because we're all kind of animals, like, no BS.
Yeah, we're all kind of just fucking savages.
Super fucking smart monkeys, and that's pretty much what we are. And I don't think we were ever designed to be monogamous as far as like sharing one partner and being in love an entire life.
Yeah.
And I feel that's what pushes people towards the whole like I'm gonna cheat on my chick, even though you may perceive her as your love or.
I feel also that it's the idea that people put into us that like you're too young to settle down, like you're too young to have this, you're too young to do that. Like why can't people put in our thoughts that you guys are young, you guys could fall in love, and you guys could make this happen?
Like I said, Romeo and Juliet. That story ended terribly. They fucking died for each other.
Yeah, but they died because they were fucking dumbasses and impatient.
Yeah, to be honest with you, that fucking Shakespeare.
And this was just like, it was just a sad thing, but like now I'll never know, and she'll never know what things could have been like if we did end up together. Maybe they wouldn't have ended up exactly how we expected. What?
How old are you though?
I am 20.
You don't even know what the fuck lies ahead. You might run into that girl one day.
See, that's why. So exactly, we don't know what the future holds. We don't know what could have happened, and if things would have worked out between us, I didn't know, or we don't know if things would have gone the way we planned them.
That's really cool. I like that outlook.
Yeah, but I mean, either way, no matter what happened between me or her, or what happened in the past, things are kind of good.
You think love is real?
Yes, I do think love is real.
You don't think it's a facade propagated by Disney movies and Hollywood culture?
No, I think they just they romanticize the idea of love too much.
Of having like a one special.
Yeah, I feel like they put too much pressure onto the people to think that like, in order to have love, like, the man has to like fucking rescue you for some dumb shit, and then you have to like fucking, I don't know, suck his dick or some shit. Like, I feel like it's too brutal. Like, I feel like love is easy if you find the right person and they make it easy as well.
That's honestly pretty cool. Actually, I found myself fighting with myself a lot on what, like, I did the whole podcast about it, love versus lust and shit. And I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to differentiate the two between like wanting, like, caring about a person on a spiritual level almost.
And like, just wanting to fuck.
Just wanting to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what.
Because I feel like there's a difference. Because I feel like when you have sex with someone when it's lust, like, it's just fun. Like, it's just like you're kind of just getting a high off of it. And when you're kind of it, yeah, I guess.
I can't get over the fact that there's a brain in that other body over there.
Yeah, and then there's the love part, like, where it could be love, and it's like it's a really like you feel that shit. Like, when you're having sex with someone you love, like, it's a fucking deep ass feeling. It's kind of like a synchronized thing, like, you know how it's like that bullshit thing, like, oh, you become one, but it's kind of true. It like you do, like, yeah, some hippie shit, but you kind of do. It's just like it turns into something like you kind
I
of will
always
never
thought,
forget.
Like, the idea of procreation, like two people fucking to make a baby,
Yeah.
is like the purest form of like advancement into the future because you're literally two people coming together to create an entirely new person.
Yeah.
It's like fucking fusion from Dragon Ball.
I've never seen that shit. I don't know what the fuck.
But that's it's like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get
Right.
you.
It's just always like that thing's always true because like there's people that fuck to make this people like you have parents that fuck to make you.
Yeah.
And then your parents themselves have parents themselves that fuck to make them.
Yeah.
And if you keep branching out over and over, like there's so many fucking people that led up to Javi's creation or Ponque's creation.
Yeah.
And it just tripped me the fuck out to like how long have human beings been on this planet doing this shit? Like
Yeah, like just fucking.
Yeah, just fucking each other all
They've
the
just
time.
been fucking to make
It's
people.
It's super weird, and it's like I don't. It's just those thoughts. I get lost in those thoughts sometimes.
Those thoughts are kind of scary though. It's fucking trippy as
You don't
shit.
know who the fuck, like, that is like what if you were related to Hitler somehow?
Yeah, like that. I mean, we don't speak German, but yeah, maybe.
No,
I guess there's
but
possible. Maybe
it's
Hitler
just
fucked
a little-
someone.
I feel like I might have a Hitler ass cousin or some shit.
Maybe. I mean, you're pretty white. You might.
For real though.
But I don't know,
I
like
want to do that ancestry shit just to see what's up in my genes.
the
Just to see
ancestry.com
what
and
I can do
shit.
there. Just I want to see if there's anyone of importance. I guess that kind of is a little.
I feel like mine are just all beans. Like they were part of the fucking Mexican Revolution or some shit.
Do you remember anything about your grandparents? Like,
No, I never met my grandparents. The trippy thing is, I've never even seen myself as a baby.
really?
I have no baby pictures of myself.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I've
Your
not.
mom doesn't have any?
No,
Why?
I think they were.
Does it have a camera?
No, I think they were left like in Illinois or some shit. And I was supposed to pick them up, but I forgot because I left early.
Okay.
So they exist, but I just don't have any. I've never seen myself as a baby.
Man, that's
I've
weird.
never even seen my mom as a kid either.
It's not that weird.
That's kind of
I
weird.
haven't seen that.
Like their parents as like kids or like teenagers or something,
Yeah.
or like at
But
least in their
the
20s.
you thing, though.
Yeah, that's
So,
trippy, huh? I've never seen myself as a baby.
What do you think you look like?
Probably ugly, like a little Martian or some shit. I
What's
turned
the shit out
into
of
a
baby?
Martian.
I was, man, but I grew up to be ugly, so I'm sad now.
I don't know what I look like as a baby. Maybe I was an ugly ass baby and stayed ugly.
I want to ask you a question about your facial jewelry.
Alright, my facial jewelry.
So, if for those of you unaware, Javi has a septum, and it's actually pretty large, and then he has two Tupac studs on this side. And I was just, what made you want to get that? Was it just being around punks and seeing like the culture and shit?
No, this was way back before like I even like punk or like music or it was kind of like when I was just really young, probably like around 5 or some shit, just seeing my my Nino or whatever, what's it called in English?
Uncle?
My uncle, kind of like the dude that baptized me.
Oh, the Godfather.
Yeah, my godfather. He had like a sleeve, like kind of since he was really young, and I'm gonna kind of go a little back. Is that cool? All right, so it's kind of cool because it goes back to like kind of how I am. That's because I guess I kind of always looked up to him as a father figure.
Genes like through family. A lot of people aren't even aware that happens.
Yeah,
like,
so
what
I
your dad might be into, like
because
you might be into as well.
yeah, because I didn't meet my dad till I was like 12, till I moved to California. So I always saw him as a father figure, and for the longest I remember him having tattoos like a sleeve or whatever. I think he had like a dragon or some shit, like traditional work on him, and I remember stories that he would tell me about how when he was younger and because he met my godmother when they were really fucking young, like when they were like 16, and then like her parents hated him because he had tattoos. Yeah, because because he had tattoos and shit and all this, and they liked my dad, and then it ended up turning backwards because they saw that my godfather was a better person than my dad. So they ended up liking him a lot, and then I guess growing up and seeing how my family really liked him and how he was tattooed and stuff, I guess it kind of engraved in my head that like I want to get tattoos. I want to be like this man. Like I want to be a good man and be married to a woman for like 30 years and support her and be a good person, you know?
But I also want to have tats.
But wanting to look the way you want to do.
That's cool. That's sense of individuality.
Yeah, so
Your own
then
person.
so then I always talked about it with my mom. She obviously never liked the idea.
Yeah,
but
most parents fucking
yeah,
find that shit.
but when the time came around and I got a job and kind of did my own thing, started making my money, I was like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And even if people think I'm a bad person for my tattoos and piercings, like I could always prove them otherwise.
Yeah, the unwarranted judgment just because this person chooses to have something on their skin.
Yeah.
It's their fucking skin. You're not gonna be living inside of them the entire Like, just like I said, the unwarranted judgments. A lot of people don't deserve that shit.
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of just want to break those boundaries and show people, like, I'm going to be fucking probably, at some point in my life, I'm going to be covered in tattoos from head to toe, and I still want to be a good person.
Bro, I want to get a bunch of, I eventually want to do my hands and my fingers. Like, I'm kind of like that too. I've always been, I like the American traditional style.
Yeah.
I like the real colorful, like, kind of sailor tattoos. I just think that style is really dope.
Like the traditional tats, those are cool. That's like the core of tattooing. That's where it all started. That's what tattooing is. It's simple, it's bright, and it's beautiful.
It's real deep, man.
That's real deep, huh?
So what do you have on you? Like, what are your tats currently? You don't mind talking about?
My tattoos are actually, some people, like, I usually tell them that it's meaningless shit because it's kind of like, I don't want everyone to know about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of my tattoos are actually super meaningful. Like, I'll talk.
What are you comfortable talking about?
Yeah, like, I'll talk about them. Like, I mean, there are some that are obviously just fillers that are just fucking bullshit, you know?
Your fucking black flag.
Like the black flag, that's, I mean, even the black flag could, like, it's
honestly,
like, it was.
A lot of punks have that.
Yeah. It's a pretty, like, stereotypical tattoo.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool. I like that one. That one's kind of a filler. The other one is just another filler on my leg, the stupid ass cat. And, like, the teeth, those are meaningless. The Friday, and you hear a lot of people talk about it as in, like, every tattoo is, like, a certain period in your life, and you're always going to look back and know what the fuck you were doing.
Yeah.
And the Friday the 13th one is kind of cool because it's when we were all still hanging out, like, me, you, Jose, Guerra, like, we were all hanging out on the daily. So it was kind of cool. Like, I'm going to look back at, this. Yeah, when we didn't give a shit. So I'm going to always look back on this Friday the 13th tab when we were all still hanging out and just decided to be dumbasses and go get tattooed.
Is it the T one or the...
This one.
Oh.
Yeah, the 13.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and then the bat, like, I've always fucking had insomnia and always stayed up at night, and it was kind of like, people always think that, like, the bat is kind of a meaningless shit, but it means a lot to me because, like, the nights are the only times I've ever had in my life to really hang out with my mom. So me and her would, like, stay up all fucking night and just hang out and stuff, and like, she would always call me Murcielago because we would always stay up at night. So that one was probably, like, a really good, meaningful one. And then the MCM.
And it's a bat with, like, an X-ray, like, skeleton kind of on it. And most people that would see that would probably just be like, oh, this motherfucker likes Halloween.
Yeah.
But they would never think that it has so much meaning, like, it's for his mom.
Yeah.
Like, that's really, like I said, a lot of unwarranted judgment. Like,
yeah, a lot of unwanted shit. And then I have the swallow bird, which is supposed to be the lucky bird, but with a bow and arrow across it because I don't believe in luck. So I got that nigga getting murked.
Yeah, that's deep.
And then I have the MCMLXIX, 1969, the year my mom was born. 69, shouts out.
Mama's way, dude, at heart.
Yeah, and then I have a rose on top of her name. And then this other was just some art shit that we came up with.
That's cool, man.
Kinda
You
cool.
find peace in family.
Yeah.
Tranquility.
Yeah.
Serenity.
So it's cool.
That's like the dopest thing. Without family, who the fuck are you, man?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, so it all works out. Tattoos are cool.
That is super dope. You didn't give me the nose. Like, what made you want to get the...
Oh, the nose?
You said your uncle or whatever, or your godfather was like...
Yeah, I went off, didn't I?
Like, what was it one day? You just figured, all right, today's the day. I'm going to go fucking...
Nah, I think it was kind of more of just me, like, the piercings. Well, the septum was more of, like, an impulse thing. Like, I was just like, man, I want to get something fucking pierced. And I was like, what could I get pierced that I could hide and have for a long period of time and still, like, have a job and wear it? So I was like, I could have a septum. I could, like, get a plug if I stretch it large enough. And I could still wear it, like today, like, on my day off, I could wear it out and, like, show it off and shit. And it's just kind of, like, a lot of people don't stretch it to that point. So it's kind of, like, cool. And then most people will always remember me in high school from, like, that dude with the large-ass fucking nose ring.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like Alonzo, we always call him the homie plug.
Yeah, the homie plugs out. He has, like, the largest, he has, like, the biggest plugs
You know,
in, like,
I don't know if he told me, but I always thought, like, he was annoyed by that. Because I would hit him up with, like, the homie plug.
Oh, I think we talked about it with him.
Whatever, fool. I'm sorry.
No, you asked him about it once. I was there. Yeah, and he was all like, no, that shit was the shit. Like, that was cool. I missed that shit.
Shout out to Alonzo, man. But that's honestly really cool. I was actually thinking about getting plugs in my ears, but not super big ones. Just kind of like little tiny ones. Because I don't want to get I don't want to stretch my... You know who Jeremy McKinnon is? The They Remember singer?
Yeah.
You ever seen his, like, the way he has his?
Like, they're, like, mildly large?
Yeah, they're like little baby ones.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the ones that I wanted to get. Just
Yeah.
Because I want to make the effort to look a little weird.
A little weird?
So I bleached half of my hair. So I don't want to be, like, just a regular
Yeah, and like when I was...
a little egotistical to some extent.
Nah, that's kind of cool because I used to want to do that too. That's why when I was younger, I used to fucking do all kinds of colors with my hair.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
That was cool. And my mom hated that shit, and she was the one that started that shit. Like, it's her fault that I started doing my hair all kinds of colors.
She dyed her hair?
She dyed my hair once.
Oh.
When I was younger, I think it was the beginning of middle school. And I fucking, like, one day she was like, you want me to dye your hair? Like, that shit would be funny.
What was your first color?
I think her idea was, because I had long hair. So I think her idea was, like, if I dye his hair a stupid-ass color.
I've seen the fucking, is it the bleach?
No, it was red.
Oh.
So she was all like, she hated the hair, so she was like, if I dye his hair a stupid color, maybe he'll cut it off.
That was her
to give me fucking short hair. And then she dyed my hair like a stupid nasty red, and I was in love with that shit.
Really?
So then after that day, I started fucking dyeing my hair from 13 till like 19 different kinds of colors.
You haven't dyed your hair in a while.
It's because I have a job now. Like that won't pass. Yeah, so this was her fault. This is my mom's cause, the hair.
Mama Bear, shouts out.
Shouts out for making me look weird.
For raising an upstanding citizen.
A dumbass child.
Who works, has tats. Honestly, dude, like, legit, you have a really good story, man.
Yeah, it's pretty alright, isn't it?
Come from a shitty spot to be a regular, not even you're an irregular dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking dope, man. I like how you always be you and you're never, like, trying to be some shit.
Yeah, it's cool to be your own person, even if people hate you for it.
Charlie Chocolate Factory.
Is that a quote for Charlie Chocolate Factory?
But I said that shit for some reason. Shouts out to you,
fucking Willie.
No, let's do this again, though.
Yeah, I'm down. We'll do like a part 2. Yeah, I have a lot of stories we could talk about.
Right.
A lot of dumb shit.
This has been episode 3, the official episode 3 with my guest Javi.
Shouts out.
Shouts out to you, man. Thank you. I appreciate your presence here. You're a great dude. And all the listeners out there, all the audience members, shouts out to you for being here because this show is not here without you. So, much love. We might actually get on iTunes soon, which is something that we're currently working on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what's up?
So,
thanks for
catch
having
us
me.
on there sometime if you like that. Javi will be here in the future again, so look forward to his return.
I will be back.
Thank you. Like I said, man, thank you for being here. Love, peace, namaste, and do yoga.